Okay, so here I am in my sukkah. This is a view looking towards the entrance. I'll put the light on, see if I can give you a little bit of a view. Now this sukkah this year has been described as a bit tarpy, which means I've got two big tarpaulins covering it, and over it I've got a gazebo. The reason for this being I didn't want to get wet. So far that's proved very successful, and I've been able to spend several nights out of the 7 nights actually sleeping in this little place, the sukkah. Full stop. I can't get out of that habit from dictation, but yes, this has been my bed during the Feast of Sukkot. And now we're on the last great day, and that's called the 8th day of a holding pen, a fenced place. Full stop. It's taken me many years to try and understand that. When I first deciphered that that was probably the meaning of this word atzeret back in 1976. You see, the sukkah is just made up of a weave of branches, and it probably has 3 walls and a top, and you go into it in a hot climate to just protect yourself from the sun and to keep cool and to protect your animals. And this atzeret is Hebrew for a kind of fence that's made out of wood. And the word sukkah really just means a kind of covering. So we've got a structure which is made out of a kind of wooden fence with a covering in which we reside for 7 or 8 days. And why do we as sons of Elohim do this? Well, it's because when Yehovah brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, he did it quickly, and they didn't have time to make elaborate constructions or to protect their animals from the searing heat. So whenever they camped, they made these temporary shelters for themselves and for their animals. Full stop. I'm pretty sure that there were some rich dudes amongst them who had elaborate tents and various things like that, but in the main, the vast majority of the nation that was formed from a mixed multitude, so actual descendants from Jacob mixed in with all races who came out of Egypt, blacks, Asians, Indians, all of them who were trading with Egypt and got caught up in this incredible time in which Yehovah just simply revealed himself upon one of the mightiest nations in the world at that time, one of the mightiest trading nations. And from that place, messages went out to all the world, India, China, Persia, and even into the Americans. What was beginning to grow in Europe, what was in Africa, further south. All these nations got to hear about what Yehovah had done to the Egyptians. And they began to be afraid. Well, the history of the nation of Israel is very interesting. But one thing is for sure. If they had been half as afraid as the nations were, maybe things would have turned out differently from them. Anyway, here I am in my Sukkah, remembering these things in 2020. And 2020 gives everybody a clear vision of what is coming down on the world very soon. All I'm going to say now is take a deep breath. And when you exhale, say, Yehovah, thank you. Hallelujah, and thank you for your son, Joshua.